Hello fellow vapors. This is Joe again with 702 Vapors coming back at you. Today I'm going to be doing a review video. My last couple videos were just instructionals, how-tos, and informational videos. Today I'm going to be reviewing the GLV 2 from GreatLakesVapor.com, and we're going to go ahead and check into this thing. And it's kind of a two-parter. I also got a GLV Mini.
My son, we come to take over. MC, you better look over your shoulder. Yeah, you know, we are known. Over
Alright, so let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm just going to go ahead and set this one off to the side. This is the GLV 2 from Great Lakes Vapor, set up with a standard cartomizer with a adapter to add just a little bit of height to it, plus my threading's a little bit messed up in this one, which I can get fixed from them if I'd like to. I just haven't sent this one back yet. Standard 510 connection. This one I've got with a 5-volt head. You can get these heads resisted in a couple of different sizes, voltages rather. You can get them in 3.7, which would be a standard 6-volt and 5-volt setting. The 3.7 would obviously be more towards for the Mini. This would also be your, I believe it's 7.3 volt or 7.4 volt head if you were to run stacked batteries on a GLV2. These run off of the CR123As. I'm running the protected versions that were given to me with the device. One of my dogs is trying to make some noise here. They're available in a whole bunch of different colors. You can get them, I want to say, probably 12 to 14 different colors, from metallics to aluminized finishes that are just shiny neon greens, etc. We have our bottom cap with the spring. From what I know, this is not a hot spring. It is not designed for that. It does have a great big vent hole in the bottom of it that is designed just in case your battery decides to go thermal on you. There is a great big vent hole. These have also got a couple of neat features built into them. At least mine do. You can order them this way. If you choose, of course I have no tools to take this off. Basically, underneath this little black cap in the bottom of the 510 connector, it's a threaded tube. Basically, you can adjust the center pin for the connector in this if you choose to make better connection with different devices. You can raise it, lower it, quite a good distance in there. They're built pretty well. These were my go-to for a long time. Still are, still like them. They thread together pretty nicely. They have a real coarse threading, same on top and bottom, so you can flip the tube if you ever had to. Not quite sure why you would need to do that. They got the nice button. It's really clicky. It gives a good tactile feedback, would be the technical term, I guess. I'm running stacked batteries, like I said, resisted to 5 volts in this one. Bottom cap screws on like so. Like I said, I have an adapter on mine. I'm running a standard 3 ohm resistance Bogue XL cartomizer filled with Boba's Bounty. This is an overall really good device to have. I want to say they retail for, let me check real quick. These will retail for approximately $120 depending on the options that you choose when ordering. I believe polished caps, things like that, cost some more money. But yeah, so there's basically a quick look at the GLV2 in a 5-volt setting. Now I have the GLV Mini as well. This is running on a low resistance Bogue standard length cartomizer. It's a little bit shorter than the XL if you look at the difference in size there. Basically, this one is set up identical to the GLV2. except it has a very small battery tube. This one I'm running an AW-IMR 16340 battery. Same exact setup with the bottom cap and top cap, which are interchangeable between the two devices. This is the non-restricted cap. If I put this head onto my GLV2, I'm now running in an unregulated, I want to say 7.4 volts. I could run a 5 ohm cartomizer, or I could burn out standard resistance cartomizers all day long. On the GLV Mini, same as the GLV2, this bottom cap does remove. This one's in here a little bit better than on my GLV2, a little less worn out. It has the adjustable center pin. I'm not going to be able to get that out for you today. Really nice clicky button. Threaded the same way. Really nice machining on these. The powder coating is a little bit into the threads. I haven't run into any issues with that. I pretty much just screw the caps on and go. As for gripes for these devices, the only thing I didn't like about them is the 16340 batteries. They do not provide a life that I am comfortable with. I would like the 18650 version, which they now do offer, in 18650 stacked or 18650 by itself, in the GLV XL and XL Mini. These, like I said, fit any 510 device. I believe you can order with different threads if you want to. I choose 510. It's just a lot easier. This head unit I did send back to Great Lakes Vapor. After I got it, I was having some issues with the threads. They took care of it for me and sent it right back. So now it threads nice and crispy. The air channels in this one are huge in this new 510 connector compared to my old one. There's a good, quarter of an inch. I can actually stick this, I believe, 14 gauge needle straight through the air channel. I've had zero problems with airflow on these devices. They vape great. I can pretty much take them wherever I want. They fit nicely in the pocket. They fit nicely in your hand. So these fit really nicely in hand, like I said. The clicky button's great. All around, the 5-volt version running on a standard 3 ohm Bogue cartomizer, it vapes well. This vapes as well as any of the Genesis atomizers that I have. Hell, it vapes as well as any of the devices I have, and being what it is, it's sturdy, all aluminum construction. The head cap on this, you can see the 510 connection tube here. It's all one piece with the top cap. I've never had a concern about that being broken. It vapes just like I like. This may be a good device for you. It may not be, depending on how you feel about tube mods. I've seen a few t-shirts out there that say click click boom that have pictures of these because they look like a detonator. At some point or another, I had heard from somebody that this button was the exact same button that met military specifications to be in C4 detonators. I don't know that that's true, just what I've heard. But I can tell you this, the button's great, the vape from them's good. When the batteries die, obviously it starts to get a little bit weaker of a vape, but it vapes really well. The GLV Mini, I believe this has blueberry crumble in it, maybe, I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's definitely blueberry crumble. Pretty good juice. That's in its 3.7 volt form on, like I said, the low resistance Bogue cartomizer. It fits really nicely in hand. It's a great stealth vape. If you want to carry this one in your pocket, you can. I mean, you can vape it with very little device actually showing. I'm not sure why you'd want to hide your vape. Honestly, I like to vape very proudly. I want to show people that I'm vaping, and I want to get them into vaping if they're interested. Great devices. Great Lakes Vapor did a great job. But GreatLakesVapor.com, the GLV Mini, I want to say, is available for approximately $110, depending on your options, of course. You can order them from Great Lakes Vapor with chargers, batteries, I believe atomizers, the whole 9 yards. There is also a new version of this one available called the GLV Super Mini. Basically, the bottom cap and battery tube are all one piece. The form factor, I want to say, is the exact same size. Vapes just as well. Uses the exact same batteries. These are non-kickable from my knowledge. Taking that 16-340 batteries, they are a little bit smaller in dimension than an 18-650 tube. I have a size comparison here if you would like to see, next to the Lava Tube 2.0, which is a fairly beastie device. It's a fairly good sized device. But if you take a look at the bottom caps on these, you will see there is a pretty good difference in size. Not that the Lava Tube doesn't feel good in hand, but overall, really nice device. This one was actually supposed to be in a more of a red color. Came out more of a root beer. That's fine with me. It's a really nice finish. Both the devices look really well together. And that is basically my review of the GLV from Great Lakes Vapor. So, thanks for watching. I know it's not a very in-depth review. I'm not showing you voltages and things that it's capable of. But it's basically just my opinion, my feelings on the GLV from Great Lakes Vapor. I think they did a really, really good job with this device.
My son, we come to take over. MC, you better look over your shoulder. Yeah.